great time in the Federal Capital Territory, the Federal Capital City of Nigeria. But of course, before we do anything, I just want you to turn to the person sitting next to you. Just tell your neighbor you're welcome. Because this event is part of celebration towards a wonderful event that will be taking off on Sunday. And so we're still in the celebration mood. We're starting it today with this event. And so let's also be in that same celebration mood. Just tell your neighbor you're welcome once again. Look your neighbor face. Look your neighbor face. Say, neighbor, you're welcome. Say, neighbor, it's good to see you. Ask your neighbor, how are you doing? Make your neighbor answer you. Make sure say the person answer you. It's very important. Say most times for events, now when they take person phone, name the person, they know who sit down near them. That time you go see the person turn, they look who the neighbor, say, are you the one? You're not going to know how you go take talk them. That's it, though that's on a lighter note. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we're starting right about now. I sincerely want to welcome all of us, wherever you're coming from, to be part of this event today. You're highly welcome. According to Father Damina's in his voice, I love you so much. And so, ladies and gentlemen, this is the first event put together to celebrate a man we all respect so much, to celebrate a priest of God who has a calling. Apart from priesthood, part of his calling also is to give back to the society through his knowledge and experiences has acquired over the years. And so if your hands are not busy, please jam those hands together for the convener, very Reverend Father Christopher Yakubu Damina. Please put your hands together for him. So very shortly he will be joining us. We want to especially welcome you all from your various walks of life. Some are representing their various parishes where Father has worked. And of course, a lot of us also left our offices to be here to enjoy what we're going to be doing today, because mental health is actually a national issue and should be treated as that. And of course, I want to say thank you to Father for coming up with this initiative, as it's very, very important. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to recognize especially, first of all, I need to recognize Father's constituency, very importantly, all his priest brothers that are seated here. Please put your hands together for all the priests, all the Reverend Fathers. I can see my Reverend Fathers, my former parish priest is here, Father Ilimi. Please celebrate them, please, celebrate them. I see my administrator, I see Father Hilary, even Father's cousin is here all the way from Kaduna State. Please put your hands together. We have professors who are priests that are here also. Reverend Fathers, you're highly welcome. We love you so much. Thank you for coming for this event today. Especially also want to recognize the presence of all the Reverend Sisters in the house. We have here Reverend Sister Esther Ozor, the Chief Reverend Sister of the Eucharistic Heart of Jesus. Please put your hands together for all the Eucharistic Heart sisters that are here. Sisters, you're welcome. Yes. And also distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we also have some, of course, government agencies are here. I might not be calling the individual's name one after another, but just to let you know they're here. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we have representatives from NAFDAC. Please put your hands together for them. If you're representing NAFDAC and you're here, please give us a wiper. Let's know you're well seated already. Please put your hands together for them, please. Please, let's clap. We also have representatives from NDLEA. They are here, please. Where are they? Please, let's see you. Give us a wiper. NDLEA. Please celebrate them also. These men stand on a highway looking for those who are carrying fake drugs, those who are carrying illicit drugs, and they are here, especially those carrying Igbo. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to recognize, especially in this event today, a woman that is well-read. She's here to talk to us about a topic that is actually so important that we need to know about. Let me not dig deep. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Professor Agatha Ogo. The next person is on her way coming, Dr. Motunrayo. I think she's on her way coming. Yeah, she's on her way coming. And also we'll have one of those that will be giving us his paper presentation. This man has actually been working tirelessly to making sure that today's event is a success. He is a medical doctor. If your hands are not busy, please jam those hands together for Dr. Alex Agara. Sorry, he is a psychologist. Dr. Alex Agara, you're welcome once again. Doctor, please, could you please come to the front, sir, please? Please, my ushers, please bring doctor to the front, please. Thank you. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to welcome specially, he's already seated, my founding GK Knight of Sembolumba. He is the founding GK of Kuba Sub-Council. Please, if your hands are not busy, jam your hands together for a man we all respect, the church respects, Sir Victor Okechukwu Chude, Professor. Please celebrate him. As a matter of fact, he's one of the oldest men in this hall. And also want to recognize especially, of course, one of our panelists this afternoon is no other but a consultant psychiatric. Please put your hands together for Dr. Dominic Ogbeche. Ladies and gentlemen, I also want to recognize the oldest priest in the Archdiocese of Abuja. He's no other but very Reverend Father Patrick. Please put your hands together for him, please. Father is seated at the back. I also want to recognize the presence of my GK Emeritus, no other but Sir Charles Ebiaye. Please celebrate him also. I was meant to understand that the celebrant's first Vice Chairman PPC is around. I'm talking about Dr. Jonas Nzago. I think he's around. Please, let's put our hands together for him, even in absentia. Ladies and gentlemen, one of our panelists is no other but Dr. Nduka Augustine from NDLEA. Please put your hands together for him also. He's here. Also, Barrister Ogechi Nzenwa. Is Barrister here? Please put your hands together for Barrister. Ladies and gentlemen, we have in our midst also Dr. Ahmed Zion Abba. Is Dr. Ahmed in the house? I guess he's on his way coming. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you're coming from, those coming from their various parishes, as far as you're in this hall this morning, please jam your hands together for yourselves for being here. Because it's not easy leaving your comfort zones to be here. Also, I want to recognize, of course, representatives from NAFDAC. We have Nduka Jamila Mukhtar. and also the principal regulatory officer of NAFDAC, that's who she is. Please, where is she? Put your hands together for Jamila Mukhtar. Jamila, you're welcome. You and your team, you're highly welcome. And so, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, special recognitions also is the chairman LOC for Father's 25th priestly anniversary. He is a man of timber and caliber. We're talking about no other but Dr. Ambrose Okpaleke. Please put your hands together for him. I think I saw him outside. If you're here, doctor, please kindly come in. You're highly recognized. And of course, all LOC, please just wave, let's see where you are. Members of the LOC, you're highly welcome. I see Dr. Achimugo at the back and the other team members, you're all highly welcome. And of course, all medical personnel that are here, we love you. We thank you for coming. We want to say thank you for coming to all media men and women that are in this hall. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, right now we're going to be ushering in the man that has put together this event. The man that have seen mental health as something that needs to be addressed in the society. I want to beg all LOCs to go out to bring in Reverend Father Damina. Thank you. Also, this is for you to know that the man we're about to usher in this morning is the chaplain of the Archdiocesan Catholic Men Organization. Please celebrate him for that, please. It's not easy. And of course, this morning, the Archdiocesan CMO president is here with other members of the Catholic Men Organization. Please put your hands together for the Archdiocesan president of the CMO. So you're highly welcome. And of course, all the CMO members here. CMO, Christ is our leader. And I learned CWO members are here too. True Mary, our mother. Good. I also learned the youths are here. For God and Damina.
As I dey go, as I dey come, now the name of Jesus dey from my mouth. Oh. As I dey sleep, as I dey do my work, now the name of Jesus dey from my mind. Oh. Your name is great, your name is mighty, your name is bigger than what the people say. Your name is kind, your name is love, your name supersedes everyone that I know. Holy, 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 holy. The name of Jesus, the name of Jesus. Holy, 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 holy. The name of Jesus, the name of Jesus. Jehovah, I want to sing my praise. Jehovah,
Come on, make some noise.
It's amazing what the Lord has done. Come and see what the Lord has done. As he shock you, that's why he shocked me too. Come and see what the Lord has done. Come and see what the Lord has done. Oh, testimonies. Oh, wait. As he shock you, that's why he shocked me too. Come and see what the Lord has done. Give me time.
Please, if you know you're at the back, please come forward. Come forward. Occupy the white seats so that those who will come late can go behind. Please, if you're at the back, please come forward. Come forward before we sit down. Come forward before we sit down. Please come forward. If you're at the back, make sure you occupy every...
It's amazing how you love me. It's amazing how you do the things you do for me.
Please, can we come forward? Please, let's come forward. Please, let's come forward. Please, we beg you.
It's amazing how you love me.
Please.
It's amazing how you do the things you do.
DJ, bring it down.
DJ,
bring it down. DJ, bring it down. Please, can we please come forward? Those of us at the back, please, we have empty seats at the front here. Please, let's come forward. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you know you're just coming in, please kindly come forward. Thank you. While we're still standing, can we take the opening prayer? And to give us the opening prayer this morning is no other but Reverend Father Samuel Benedict Bahago. Where's Father?
In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. God, we have gathered here because of the gift of the priesthood and the gift of our brother, Father Damina, who for the past 25 years you have been with him and given him strength and courage to continue in your ministry. As we have gathered here to speak on this very important issue, disturbing our country, our youth, and everyone today, may all we shall discuss be for the benefit of all, and may this act that is eating us deep come to an end through this gathering, and may everything that will continue to the end of the celebration of the Silver Jubilee be with us and bring it to a happy ending. We ask this through Christ our Lord. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Please, let's remain standing for the national anthem.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribes and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians all are proud to serve our sovereign motherland. Our flag shall be a symbol that truth and justice reign. In peace, oh, back to honor it, and this we count as gain. To hand unto our children a banner without stain. O God of all creation, grant these our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed, and so with peace
Put your hands together. We may now sit, please. Thank you. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, while the opening prayer was going on, I'm glad to announce that the Vice Chairman LOC walked in. He is one man we also respect so much. A supporter of the church in various categories. One man who has done so much, especially ensuring that the gospel gets to the next level in his own capacity as a lay faithful. Please put your hands together as I welcome in our midst, Sir Kingsley Joseph Eselebo. Please put your hands together for him. We also have in our house the Grand Knight of Buhari Sub-Council of Knights of Semolumba, Sir Nzeku. Please put your hands together for him. Please, Sir Richard Nzeku is in the house also. You're welcome. And also, part of those who walked in while the prayer was going on is my friend and brother in the industry, a parishioner also to Father Damina. Please celebrate for me no other but Ghana. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and all priests who walked in during the opening prayer, you're highly welcome. Right now, we're moving straight up to the next item on our program. It is a welcome address by the convener, the priest of the church, my parish priest, the chaplain Catholic Men Organization. Please join me to make welcome to the microphone, Very Reverend Father Christopher Damina, PhD. Please celebrate him, please. Please, can I have my ushers here come get the speech and distribute, please?
Good morning to you all, my brothers and sisters. My gratitude first of all goes to the Almighty God for giving me the initiative to come up with the idea of this beautiful seminar. May his name be glorified both now and always. I always wish to especially thank the members of the Mental Health Committee, largely consisting of mental health professionals, for dedicating their time, energy, and resources to help me put together this very promising and enriching seminar. May God continue to bless and reward you all in your different areas of endeavors. Suffice to mention here that this gathering is not so much about Father Damina. It is much more about all of us, because your mental health is important to me and mine should be important to you as well. There is no gainsaying the fact that mental health remains a very essential and pivotal aspect of the human person. As we often say, there is no health without mental health. It is also an undeniable fact that there is an intrinsic relationship between the mental state and the physical state. World Health Organization defines mental health as a state of well-being where an individual realizes realize their potentials, their abilities, and can cope with normal stresses of life, and can work productively and fruitfully, and they are able to make contribution to their society. With the benefits of professional hindsight, as a priest for the past 25 years, and as a doctor of guidance and counseling psychology, I can say that mental health has suffered a lot of ignorance and misconceptions, most especially at the level of the family. Mental disorders have often times been given religious or cultural interpretations. Sometimes, family with individuals with mental illness have intentionally refused to access or seek professional help because of the prevalent false belief that the problem is not always psychological, but rather spiritual or cultural. All of this informed the choice of the theme for this seminar. Mental health begins at home, healing the family, healing society. According to available empirical statistics, mental disorders are on a steady rise, affecting people across the globe. There is no country in the world whose citizens are insulated from mental disorders, no matter how economically and technologically developed they are as countries. Mental disorders affect people across board, not minding their social status or skin color. It is like a pandemic that is consuming all of us and yet receives little or no attention from government. Any nation that neglects mental health jeopardizes its progress and exposes its population to tragic risks. On the other hand, any sufferer that refuses to seek professional intervention, rehabilitation is equally as guilty. Recent statistics show that Nigeria is indeed a state of emergency, as there are only very few practicing psychiatrists and clinical psychologists attending to a population of more than 220 million people. This can only mean that the situation needs urgent attention, considering the rise of mental health problems on a daily basis. Unfortunately, the family today is trapped in this inferno omnes, which manifests itself in the incessant cases of spousal abuses, divorce or broken homes, substance abuse, and myriads of behavioral addictions found among our children or teens. Our modest effort here is not to lay claims that we can completely solve mental health problems in Nigeria, but to intentionally create awareness and to make effort to correct and demystify some wrong and long-held notions and collective cultural mindsets about mental health issues. It is not a struggle that one person can win. It requires a collective effort, and that is why we invited some organizations like the NDLEA, NAFDAC, the NOA, National Orientation Agency, Road Safety, Social Development Secretariat, and television and radio houses to be part of this seminar, so that we all can adequately continue to create this awareness. Our intention is also to sustain this effort perhaps on an annual basis, God granting us the opportunity. Therefore, we hope to continue to work with you all. Thank you very much for honoring our invitation. This seminar promises to be very enriching and interesting, as we have very capable professional individuals to attend to You ranging from our resource persons to other professionals who will later be available for the on-site psychotherapy. We are definitely here for you. Therefore, I call on all of you to sit down quietly, relax, and open your minds and hearts. And as we take you through this journey of discovery and self-awareness, welcome and God bless you all as we go through the programs. Through Christ our Lord.
I think that applause is too small for a man that is going outside the box just for mental health. Thank you. Thank you so much. Father, thank you for putting this together. And so, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, without wasting time, because we want to believe this event is going to be timed, and so we want to take it back to back to make sure we maintain time. Ladies and gentlemen, the first paper presentation is going to be given to us by one woman that have distinguished herself in the psychological aspect of medical research, Professor Agatha Ogechi Ogwo. Please put your hands together for her. She is a distinguished scholar, a fellow of the Nigerian Psychological Association of Nigeria, a chartered psychologist, and a professor of psychology in the Department of Psychology in Bayes University, Abuja, Nigeria. She holds bachelor's, master's, and doctorate degree in psychology. Her academic journey began in 2005 as an assistant lecturer at Nasarawa State University, Kefi. Since then, she has devoted 2 decades to full-time university teaching and research. She has mentored numerous successful students and professionals. Over the years, she has held various academic and administrative positions, consistently demonstrating a deep commitment to advancing the field of psychology. As a lifespan behavioral developmental practitioner, Professor Ogwo specializes in promoting mental health and wellness across all age groups, children, adolescents, and adults. Professor Ogwo has a remarkable record of international scholarships. She has traveled widely and presented research papers on multiple continents. Her scholarly work has been published in respected national and international journals, covering critical topics such as internally displaced persons, post-conflict trauma, aggression, maternal mental health, and overall psychological wellness across the lifespan. She is an active member of several national and international professional associations. Professor Ogwo is currently engaged in research on gender identity and roles, adolescent parents, relationships, parenting styles, mental health across the lifespan, maternal health in crisis settings, and its implications for human development. Beyond academia, Professor Agatha Ogwo enjoys cooking and traveling. She is happily married and the proud mother of 3 beautiful children. If your hands are not busy, please put your hands together for her as she comes to give us her first talk on families in the digital and desire age, healing from behavioral addictions. Please, once again, let's make welcome Professor Agatha Ogwo.
Good morning, everyone. Glory to Jesus. True Mary, our mother. I'm excited to be here. Congratulations, Father Dannen, for this initiative. Today, now I'll be speaking on families in the digital and desire age, healing from behavioral addictions. The 21st century ushered in the digital and desire age. So the digital age is actually the age we are in now, the current era. And it is shaped by technology and instant access to everything. While the desire age is a concept, sometimes it's used in literary terms, sometimes metaphorical terms. On the whole, it's actually used to describe the need for human connection. Connection, meaning and fulfillment. So we know that technology has actually revolutionized life. It makes communication very easy. We have easy access to education and a lot of things. It makes life generally easy. But then, it also promotes addiction, like gambling, pornography, shopping without thinking, because you can just carry your phone and you start shopping. We have a lot of online shops like Temu, and then kids can actually open accounts, and it's actually shocking. All this, you open your app, you see OPay, you see a lot of, so you don't need to go through the stress. This is technology. It is actually good, but then it has a lot of disadvantages. So talking about families, because I want to get all the definitions right. Talking about family, we know that family is actually a cradle of love, socialization, and identity. We all come from one family or the other. And in fact, our parents and our family is where we learn the first lessons of life. So family generally play a very important role in shaping who we are. We learn our traditions from the family, and we learn our roles. Women learn to cook from just watching, or girls learn to cook from just watching their moms. And then in family, we have a sense of belongings, because whatever is happening to anyone, we can always run back to our family. So, but the rise of this digital and desire age, which is marked by access to internet, access to smartphone, have actually altered this intimacy, and emotional connections and interactions that we get from our family. And then it has actually, disrupted, the way we express our emotions and everything. So addictions actually disrupt relationships and then weaken the role of the family as a safe haven. So in as much as there are good sides of this digital technology, we also have bad sides of it. Then the family has a challenge. And then the challenge is, to navigate between the tension between, the traditional roles, as safe havens, and then the challenges of the digital era and the temptations that come with it. So, looking at family and the behavioral addiction. When we talk about behavioral addiction is like, when we talk about addiction, we talk about compulsive use of substances. Then when we talk about behavioral addiction, it's not necessarily a substance that we ingest. It's actually something to do about our psyche, our behavior, altering our behavior. And then the internet, the digital age, play a big role in this addiction. So because of the digital age, you have people getting, addicted to gambling and even to social media. So, and addiction, generally, this addiction, the behavioral addiction, is actually marked by loss of control, preoccupation with internet, with social media, and, continuing with them despite the harm it's causing to our general life. So we'll go through the definitions. A lot of authors have actually defined it, but then the underlying factor in all the definitions is that, it has similarity with substance addiction, like, alcohol, a lot of them, colors, Igbo, so many of them. It has a lot of similarities, but then, because it is behavioral, it has to do with addiction, with disrupting your time management, and then even moods. So, but in all, for someone, an individual, to be diagnosed as being addicted, so it's not like somebody is carrying phone, you just label that person have this behavioral addiction. No. For somebody to be diagnosed, the person, there are 8 criteria listed by the DSM classification. That's one of the classifications or the used by psychologists. So one of the criteria is that the person must meet 5 of the underlisted criteria. The first is excessive mental effort with the internet. Need for longer time online, as in, you just like in alcohol, an addict might just start with 1 bottle. Just social outing, there is no harm. Go for functions, drink. And then from 1 bottle to 2 bottles to 3 bottles, it keeps increasing. So in using smartphones and other social media platforms, people start small. Like I noticed with my kids, okay, before I give them phone at 18 years, even with monitoring. But then I noticed that when they use my phone, initially it's, okay, mommy, okay, I say 30 minutes. And that 30 minutes is okay for them to do whatever they want to do. They do and give me back. And before you know it, 1 hour, 2 hours, and then, before you know it, you become so engrossed with whatever you're doing online. So that's it. The need for longer time online, and then repeated attempt to decrease. And then when you finally realize that, okay, this is actually disturbing me, and you want to stop, you can't stop. If you stop or you check you don't have data, you start shivering, you become so uncomfortable. And then withdrawal symptoms. When decreasing the internet use, you can actually have palpitations just because you're no longer using the internet the way you were using before. And then you have issues with time management. It's actually funny. Like, okay, if we're in class, for example, or even in church, after 2 hours, everybody's tired. People will be dozing. But just carry your phone. And then you can actually stay for hours. And then you have things to do. And then you don't have to, before you know it, as if, okay, I don't know if anybody have actually noticed that this year is running fast. Yes, everything is running fast. If you check well, it has to do with we are busy with our phone. Before you know it, it's morning, it's night. And I know growing up, by 9 o'clock or 10, nobody is awake when I grew up in my village. But today, you'll be awake by 2. And then, I don't know. So that's it. So you have environmental distress. Like, if at first relation, they give you tasks at home, you don't do it. They give homework in school, you don't do it. You don't even have proper interaction with your friends and all the rest. And then, another criteria, they tell you, your father or your mother tell you for younger ones, you're always online. Limit your online use. You say no. You keep lying. You keep denying. You live in denial. And then, mood modification through internet use. You don't, sometimes for one to sleep or to relax, you must watch a skit, even if it's the last thing you do in the night before you sleep. So these are the 8 criteria. So for somebody to be diagnosed as an addict, behavioral addict, the person must meet 5 out of these 8 criteria, at least 5 out of these 8. So the digital age actually amplifies desire. Like we said, the digital age amplifies desire. And desire is just, like we said, just to, can be used literally, just to desire to keep connecting with the social world. So it creates desire for connection. Like digital communications, like the social media and messaging are promised to satisfy our desires to connect with people. You actually have a lot of social media friends. You have 100K likes, TikToks, you dance, and people like you. And then, when it comes to the real thing, when you are in trouble, you will not see any of those people. So you actually have many friends, but you actually don't have anybody. So again, it creates desire for status. You know, most online platforms allow individuals to build personal brand and broadcast carefully unrealistic versions of their life just to gain external validation. People keep living fake life. You know, I saw one skit. I don't know if it's a skit, I don't know, but the person was lying down somewhere, had an umbrella, and then told the younger one to put omo and soap inside water. And he was sipping something, and they were pouring the omo, the water, the foamy water. So it's just to create an illusion that he is in the beach catching fun, stuff like that. So people want to be who they are not, hide under the internet, and just, want to live big. Some people will go and stay in somebody's SUV and snap and post and so on. And then you have desire for experience. So social media exposes people to countless experiences and lifestyle, and potentially driving a desire for new things, and then at the same time, it fuels dissatisfaction, of fear of missing out. So you want to always be afloat, and anything that will make you not to be the brand you are trying to build for, the fake brand, actually, you feel uncomfortable. So then, families, like we said, is actually supposed to be a safe space for healing. Looking at the traditional family roles. But then, because of this digital era, the family is a victim too. Parents are victims, in as much as they are still, you can still get your healing from the family. So, like we said earlier, this behavioral addiction disrupts, family relationship, erodes trust, intimacy, communication, and even shared values. So, parents, most of the time, struggle with children's overexposure with screens. And then, oftentimes, partners, you understand, feel alienated due to digital infidelity. When I've seen a lot of pictures or a lot of videos where, even on the dining table, where people are supposed to connect, talk, the mother is carrying her phone, father is carrying his phone, children are with their phone, and people eat in silence, communicating to people they don't know. So, and then, this have a lot of effect on human development, on child development. Because, I remember in those days, you'll be doing something, and your mom will just look at you, squeeze face, and then you take your proper position. Now, mom is not looking, dad is not looking, because they are all engrossed. So, but then, in as much as the family is challenged, but then for anyone that is addicted to have a holistic healing, they must still turn back to family, because at the end of the day, the family is what you've got. Because in as much as, like, somebody must wake up one day and be like, okay, my child, enough is enough. So, so the family is where, we run for help. So, also be a tool in preventing this social media addiction, our behavioral addiction. And this can be done by strengthening, the family structures, like partly through parental modeling. Parents, when parents, moderate their own use, of this social media, because in psychology there is something we call observational learning by observation. You don't tell your child not to steal meat from the soup pot, and then not to be putting meat in the mouth as she's cooking. But you, the mom, each time you're cooking, your mouth will be full. So you have to live by example, and that thing you don't want your daughter to do, you don't do it. So for you to stop your children from being addicted to social media, we as parents must limit our own use. That's just it, because you can't tell him stop and you're carrying your own. As you're carrying your own, when he carries his own, you will not even see the child. So then, another way families can help in preventing this behavioral addiction is by family rituals, meals, sharing meals, having conversations, having family quiet time. In this digital world, everybody is busy. But then we have weekends. We have Sundays after Mass. We can actually create that time, take free time for everybody. Talk about your problems. Just let's listen to each other. If you don't have anything to say, just stay there and look at each other. Something must come up. If you can even sleep. So then you have psychoeducation. That this is about, you're teaching both parents and children about, the dangers of behavioral addictions and the risk. The risks are many. The risks are many, because I have seen a lot of young people in class, they will be sleeping. If I ask what happened online, they'll be carrying their phone, they'll be looking at their phone, doing TikTok as late, and then this, is it is it the service providers or the government? They're not making these things easy. Because time people are supposed to sleep, they do free, like 12 to 5. So now, the young people that don't have money to buy these things, you see them, they'll be awake. And then they'll sleep by 4. And then they come to class, and their head is blank. Apart from that, it destroys their health. It disrupts their health. So you see them, and at the end of the day, they pay so much money to come to school. And then at the end of the day, they fail. And they keep wondering. So what I do with them is that their numbers. By 1 a.m., I'll call, and I'll tell, if I call peak, except you're not online. If you're online, I will know. And if I call peak, and I will scold you on the phone. And in the morning, I'll make sure you get your punishment. And it actually helped. Because I'll tell you, I'll give you tests in the morning, and if you fail, it's part of your continuous assessment. And because of that, because they don't want me to know that online, you see them switching off their phones in the night. And it actually helps. And then, supportive boundaries, balanced rules around screen time, access to, sexualized contact, and then coupled with even warmth and trust. And then these are ways that we can use, families can help in preventing this. But then, professionally, we have treatment we use, like the CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. So cognitive behavioral therapy is actually a kind of therapy that cognitive is about our thought processes. Because most of the behavioral addiction and every other addiction have to do with our thought processes, how we think. Because you keep thinking, and then, so it addresses, the maladaptive thoughts, and then compulsive patterns. So that's what CBT actually do. So it's actually a structured time limit psychotherapy that helps individuals to recognize and change harmful thought patterns by examining the links between their thoughts, their feelings, and their behavior. So for the internet addiction, the CBT actually teaches people how to cope and use a healthier, coping method. So it's about psychology treatment, it's about psychotherapy, it's about talk therapy, it's about, connecting with the addict. And one thing about this therapy is that, you are not forced. Nobody forces you to do it. It's not like drug therapy. And let me tell you, drug therapy for any form of addiction is just to calm the person, because it will definitely come back. It will relapse. But once you combine the drug therapy to relax the person, and then the psychotherapy, talking therapy, making the person understand the need to go into this treatment, and then the person, once the person accept that, oh, this is actually disturbing me, this is actually ruining my life, the person can actually connect and work with the therapist to make it work. So we have for internet addiction, there is a special CBT, that's behavioral, cognitive behavioral therapy, that is actually developed. They call it the CBT/AI. So this was actually developed to address the unique features of compulsive online use. So treatment typically occurs in 3 phases. The first stage is actually the behavioral phase. So, and this behavioral phase focuses on managing online and offline behavior, reducing problematic internet use while allowing controlled and purposeful use. So, and the goals include time management, reducing displacement from real life responsibility. So you manage your life, your time, and then you don't use your fake friends online to displace, the people that really matters. And then you have the cognitive phase. So the cognitive phase targets denial. We said initially that most of the people that are addicted to this internet use live in denial. They will never see anything wrong in what they're doing. So the second phase of this CBT IA actually target denial and distorted beliefs, like all those negative self-concepts, and then over reliance on the online and their third party. And then it works on cognitive restructuring to restructure your mindset and so on, and reduce the internet addiction. So, and then the third stage is actually the harm reduction and relapse prevention phase. So it's actually addresses the underlying personal, social, and occupational issues that fuel addiction. And then emphasis here is placed on long-term coping, resolving the root causes of this addiction and maintaining a balanced internet use. And one thing is that using this CBTIA, you don't encourage, using it for treatment, you don't encourage people to stop using the internet or social media. No, that's not the goal. You don't tell people stop, because telling people to stop, they'll have withdrawal symptoms. So what you actually do is to find a way to help people reduce their internet time and use it for important things. Like, you can use your phone for your research, not dancing on TikTok and watching naked people. So, so these are the things. And then another treatment is family therapy. When people are really addicted, you can bring the family together. Everybody stay together, help them improve communication, and then strengthen family support. Then we have another treatment pattern, that's the group therapy or support group. So this is like a community of people who are addicted. So this person will call, and share their stories or how they're coping, the difficulties they are having, and so on. And then, people help each other share their stories, and then, other people can actually improve from there. So, in conclusion, the digital and desire aid poses serious risks to family life by fostering behavioral addiction that undermine intimacy and well-being. So, families can actually serve as powerful agents of healing through strengthened structures, open dialogue, and therapeutic intervention. So families can reclaim their role as safe havens that prevent and heal behavioral addictions, reaffirming their foundational role in love, identity, and resilience. Thank you.
Sure. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, once again, please can we put our hands together for Dr. Agatha Ogo. I want to believe we all listened attentively and we've learned a whole lot in her paper presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, while she was giving her paper, we had the women of the Catholic Church coming. These are women, these women are shakers of the church, movers of the women's group, coordinators of all the women in every facet of the church. Please put your hands together for CWO, Catholic Women Organization of CKC Parish, ably led by their vice president and their executives. They are all here. Please, once again, let's celebrate them. They are here live and direct. True Mary, our mother. True Mary, our mother. My fellow women. You're highly welcome. And so, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to welcome to the microphone this morning for their speech. It could come out good as a goodwill message, but then, of course, they have a whole lot to tell us this morning concerning drugs, its abuse, and of course, part of the things they do as an agency. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together as I welcome the Principal Regulatory Officer of NAFDAC, Jamila Mukhtar. Please put your hands together for her.
Think about the things that you've done. My imagination has turned to reality. Oh my God, you do this one.
Good morning, all. I'm pharmacist Jamila Mukhtar from NAFDAC. I'm delighted to be here with you in this seminar. And I just want to share a brief story about Mr. X. So, Mr. X is a vibrant and intelligent young boy, very respectful, and he was the envy of every parent in the neighborhood. Unfortunately, at the young age of 14, he started hanging out with some friends, a new set of friends. Everyone warned him against hanging out with them because they knew what they used to do. Everyone knew they were into drugs. But he kept on saying, I will just stay with them. I will never use drugs. We just hang out. But after a few months of just hanging out, he decided that let me just experiment and see. I can control this. So he tried out whatever his friends were using, but little did he know that this was the beginning of the end. He quickly got addicted to tramadol, and soon he started craving something stronger, which his new friends happily provided. His parents at home began to notice changes in his behavior. He became very rude. He would snap at his siblings, at his friends, even at his parents. He started to dress in a shabby way, and there was this smell whenever he entered the room. And then things started going missing around the house. After investigation, it was discovered that Mr. X was the thief, because when he started using those drugs, he used up all his money and he had to start stealing and using up whatever he found around the house just to get his next fix. After that, his parents decided that this is a serious issue and we had to come in and help him handle it. They started by locking him up in the house, restricting his movement, but that did not help because Mr. X was already addicted to tramadol and whatever else he was using with his school friends. So even if they locked him up, he still found a way to go out or to get the drugs and sneak into the house to him. After a while, he started talking to himself. He started having hallucinations. He would wake up at night and just start screaming that he was feeling some bugs on his body. He was hearing things nobody else was hearing. And that was when he was taken to a rehabilitation center for proper treatment. Mr. X is still in that rehabilitation center, and this is the third time he has been admitted. Each time he comes out, he relapsed again. And he is still stuck in that stage of his life. He's still a school dropout. He has not made any progress in his life, and he is definitely not mentally healthy. Mr. X represents many youths in our society. Mr. X is even lucky he has parents that could afford to take him to treatment centers, and parents that even knew that he had to be taken to treatment centers. For many others, they go untreated, and their conditions worsen. They become a menace to their families and to the society. People with stories similar to Mr. X end up dead, either from drug overdose or from suicide. Therefore, the importance of staying away from drugs cannot be emphasized. Always say no to drugs. Thank you.
Do this one, oh. When I think about the love that you've shown me, My imagination has turned to reality. Oh my God, oh, you do this one, oh. Oh, you do this one, oh. Hey.
Thank you. Did you bring it on? Thank you so much. I want to believe we all learned something about Mr. X. Once again, please put your hands together for pharmacist Jamila Mukhtar. Pharmacist, thank you so much. Maybe in our next event, you tell us about Mr. Who? You said? Okay, Mr. Y. And Mr. Y will tell us why Mr. X did what he did. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, progressively this morning, permit me to welcome our next speaker, a very quiet woman, well-read. She is a woman that in her field, she makes a lot of statements. Please to take us in our next topic this morning, and she will be talking on very key issue, that is substance use addiction, eminence to the family. In the next 20 minutes, we'll be listening to Dr. Motunrayo Onyelohunu, consultant psychiatric, fellow of the West African College of Physicians. She is a psychiatric with special interest in the child and adolescent mental health and addiction specialties. She's also a board-certified lifestyle medicine physician. Ladies and gentlemen, if your hands are not busy, jam those beautiful hands together for Professor Dr. Motunrayo Onyelohunu.
Thank you very much for promoting me to professor status without doing any work. Good morning, everyone. Please permit me to align with the already established protocol. I want to congratulate Father Damina for this invitation, and I want to thank you very much for the honor and the privilege to come and speak to everyone about a topic I'm sure we're all passionate about. I will be talking about on the topic substance use disorder, a menace to the family. I'm sure without even saying much, we all know what it is, I'm sure. Even maybe the uneducated person on the streets would know what substance does to families. So this is more like a reminder to us, and maybe in some ways, I will be able to provide some deeper context into what happens when somebody in the family uses substances. I will not waste time at all because the time is very short. If I had to tell Fanan that 20 minutes is very short, but I will try my best. So, substance use disorder, also known as addiction. A lot of us, maybe we also sometimes we get quite emotional and think substance use is a moral problem. When people use substance, they should be able to stop by themselves. It's a spectrum. People who are just starting may be able to stop. But when it gets to the point where they are dependent on it, it has gotten out of their hand. It has become a disease of the brain. And that is why most often than not, my colleagues here would agree that that person will need a form of intervention or the other. And that is the basis for this definition of what addiction really is. It is chronic, that means it happens for a very long time. It has the tendency to come back. The person may stop, may go back to use, so it is relapsing. And it makes changes to the brain. So it becomes a disease of the brain. And the person who uses it continues to use it compulsively, almost as if he cannot control the urge to use, even when they know that the substance is not good for them. From the story of Mr. X, we can see that it has caused a lot of issues for X. But X still had to go in for treatment the third time because of this problem. So it is a disease of the brain, and that is why we encourage people to accept treatment. And the changes that it makes to the brain continue even after the person has stopped using the drug or substance. It is a worldwide problem. It is not only peculiar to Nigeria. There's a new World Drug Report of 2023 by the UNODC. And it shows that the number of people using substances now has increased by 23%. Just like globally, the substance that is mostly used is cannabis. And I'm finding that a lot of young people, particularly, are given a lot of excuses to use cannabis. Males and females, young and old. And all we hear is, at least Canada has legalized it, Netherlands has legalized it, in some states in the US they have legalized it. Some even argue with us, who are physicians, that it cures cancer. And I laugh. Well, I've not seen the research paper and evidence where cannabis cures cancer. Instead, it is a risk factor for cancers. The use of cannabis is increasing, like I said, mostly used by men. But we're also finding that the gap between the use of substances by men and women is closing up. More women, more young females are using substances now. And I'm stating this because that has its own peculiar effect on the family when the mother or the female uses substances. When we look at substances like amphetamine, I'm sure those of us from the southeast, we've heard of Miri. That's methamphetamine, also popularly known as ice. It's been found to be used more. Women use it more. And then what of those of us who abuse prescription medications? We can't sleep without taking Pavilion. We can't sleep without taking Lexotan. That is also a problem, and it seems also to disproportionately affect women. I love this picture, and it just shows a lot of people don't set out to become addicted to substances, but this is how it starts. From this picture, you can see this person has a rich life, has, sports, just like every one of us, food, family, friends, exercise, school, work, their life is going on. As they continue to use substance, it may progress to this. Sorry, it's not moving. Please, can you move it? I thought I was the one controlling my slide. What can we see? Substance is gaining momentum in this person's life. Can you move to the next slide, please? And this is what has finally happened. This is what has happened to someone like Mr. X. Substance becomes the only important thing. That's why when you see them, they've lost weight because they probably don't eat anymore. They don't sleep well. School is not important. Work is not important. Family is not important. This is what happens when people progress from just using occasionally to when it gets to the point of addiction. So, and many people are baffled. Why is it that some people will use substances, they don't get addicted, while other people would use and they would get addicted? There is no one single reason that explains why people use substances or become addicted to substances. It is often an interplay of different factors. And I'm looking at it from The first model, we call it the biopsychosocial model. Biological factors, psychological factors, social factors. Biological factors, gender, males have been found to use substances more. Those with chronic physical illnesses may use substances to cope. Family history of substance use. So anyone who comes from a family where someone there has addiction, other people in the family are likely to develop addiction. Though not everybody will, but if they have exposure to the substance, it increases their chances of having it. Social factors like family background, socioeconomic status like poverty. How does poverty increase the chances? It may make parents not to be available because they are hustling. People may live in environments where there are a lot of abandoned buildings, decay. The home environment may not be conducive because everybody is crammed into one space. Those are some of the factors. Cultural traditions. There's a young man that we are managing currently who has told us that he cannot stop drinking alcohol because it is part of his religion and support. And then psychological, because he has to pour libation for his gods every morning. Attitudes and beliefs, personality. Some people are more interested in exploring than others. They are curious. Some of us are not that curious. But some people, whatever they are doing, especially young people, I must try it. Whatever they are doing, I must be part of it. I must be able to say, I've smoked cannabis before, I've smoked cocaine before, I've smoked ice before, I've snorted this, they must be there. So anyone that has that kind of personality, it may predispose them to using substances. Another way of looking at what puts people at risk is this macro level environment, micro level environment. But you can see that in both models, the family shows up, right? Showing us how important family is. Please move on. And that brings me now to, I just had to lay that foundation so that we would get where we are going to. So why are we talking about family in the context of substance use? It's because the family system is extremely important in the life of every human being. Family members rely on each other for emotional, physical, and economic support. And they are the first ways that we learn to interact with ourselves as a society. And whatever happens within a family can have lasting impact on an individual. Because that's where I learn how to socialize. What to say, what not to say, how to greet, how to respect people, and so on and so forth. So if we look at the family perspective, the development of any individual and the behavior that individual starts exhibiting is connected to every other person in the family. So if something is wrong, then the person is likely to come down with issues, of which substance use is one of them. So we are looking at the family first. The family can be a risk factor for someone developing substance use. And then when substance use starts, it will, on its own hand, impact the family negatively. In child and adolescent mental health, we often say that sometimes our clients are the symptom of what is going wrong in the family. Children and adolescents are often a sign that there's a problem in a family when they come to us. So, the individual's problem behavior, of which substance use is one, may serve a function or purpose in the family. Attention seeking. I've not heard it from one person, I've heard it from several children and young people who have said that they started misbehaving so that their parents can pay attention to them. In fact, one young lady just yesterday at the age of 15, she started using cannabis because her mom did not have time for her. So, but by the time she had a problem, the mom was running out, the mom had time. There's another young boy, he was 12, as at last year. The parents were separated. Not separated, but there was a problem between both parents. And what he told me was that using substance and misbehaving was a way he wanted his parents to jointly address his problem because he saw that they were not together. And it helped. It worked because it brought the father, who doesn't live in Abuja, to come around, and he brought the mother, and the two of them talked, to address these issues. So sometimes they don't even know they are doing it. They are children, but they don't know they are doing it. When somebody is also behaving or has a problem, the family may maintain that problem without knowing. And it could also show that it's a dysfunction in the generation of the family. And it may also show that the family is unable to manage their challenges. And Dr. Smith and Dr. Alex will agree with me that when we are managing people with substance use disorder, the family unit is often a core component of our treatment. So what are the elements of families? In a family, there must be a hierarchy. There must be parents, there must be children. There must be a head, and there must be followers. Once this is disrupted, there will be problem in that family. Everyone has a role to play in the family. The parents know their roles, the children know their role. If this is reversed, that family is not healthy. Children are the one working, they are hustling to feed. Nobody is there to guide them on what to do. That family is not healthy. There are rules, spoken and unspoken. As old as I am, if I go to my parents' house, I must not stay out beyond a particular time. Because that was how I was brought up. And my father will keep reminding us that even me, your father, I cannot stay out beyond this point. And we all know in our various families that there are rules that are spoken and unspoken, and they help us, in our lives. Families also have patterns of behavior. I'm sure some of us, if we describe a particular family where we come from, we know them. Once you say so, everybody knows there's a pattern. And then there are interlocking relationships. It may be that the father is closest to so person, siblings are close in some ways or the other. Those are elements of family. So, but sometimes the interaction within a family may break down, and it will cause a lot of dysfunction in the home. And so, in the light of understanding family dynamics, let us look at what does a functional family look like? What does a dysfunctional family setting look like? Next slide. In functional families, they operate out of love, care, respect, and concern. There's order in the family. It's not chaotic. They seek balance. There will be problems, but they develop skills to solve their problems, and they make decisions together. People cooperate and work together. There are clear and noticeable boundaries. Children know where their boundaries are. The younger ones know not to cross boundaries with the older ones. That is a functional family. There are rules, there are standards, there are guidelines that are consistent, and everybody knows what to expect. When you cross those boundaries, there are issues. That is a functional family. Let's look at the dysfunctional family. What are the features? Next slide. Okay, sorry, functional families. The adults are close. They share authority. They speak as one, father and mother. If it is a single parent is confident, and a single parent is in charge of the home. Because there may be reasons why a family is being run by a single parent. Members share feelings, they disagree without fear of rejection or losing the relationship. They support themselves to grow. If there are opportunities, the older ones will share with the younger ones, and so on. And the parents play their role. All right, so let's look at dysfunctional families. families, one of the things that happens is that they don't acknowledge when there's a problem. They play the ostrich. They pretend as if it is not there. They don't talk about problems. People learn not to express their emotion and their needs, or to take care of their needs. And so everybody learns to become a survivor. The children are hustling, so the parents cannot even control them. When they become sad, they cannot run to daddy or mommy to discuss it. So they survive on their own. And it is hard for children or adolescents to survive on their own. It is hard. They are not mature to do that emotionally. Family members become detached and they lose trust. They suffer a loss of individual identity. They don't even know who they are. There's disruption in their emotional development. And what you find is that everybody pays attention to the person. If there's a person with substance use problem, the focus is on that person. How to get that person into treatment, how to spend money on that person. There was a young woman we were managing, and at a point, maybe it was the 5th or 6th time this person was being admitted, the siblings were angry. Every year, you must end up in rehab. There would have been plans to go on family vacation, but your treatment will truncate that. So they were angry with her. We have to not go to school because of you, because money has to be poured into your treatment. So it is not helpful at all. So these are some of the things that substance use causes in the family. So when somebody in the family, whether it's a parent or a child, is using substances, it disrupts the family system. It changes the roles. Some people who are the firstborn, is the second or third born that starts taking care of them as the older one. How does that feel in a family unit? And the children especially will become traumatized because of all the issues that substance use would cause in the home. 2 slides, please. 2 slides. Next one. Please, I'm building up my presentation to now go to where we now look at the impact. But I'm sure we are understanding what the family looks like and when there's a problem, how that can impact on the family. Why are we worried about adolescents, teenagers, young people? That's mostly the first time people start experimenting with substances. Maybe they are moving away from home for the first time. They have a bit more freedom. They are mixing with friends. Friends become more important. Peers, what everybody is doing. And we've learned that from Prof's lecture. Behaviors developed during this period may lead to long-term physical and mental health consequences. And that is because it is at this point that the brain is dividing and developing the most. So if there's anything like a toxin that affects the brain, it will put them at risk for the rest of their lives. And that's why they can come down with mental health issues, because they are using substances. And I'm sure a lot of young people are also here, and they are hearing this. And once that happens, they begin to struggle. They're struggling in school. They have to miss school. It also increases their chances of using substances more, and also premature death. From suicide, from overdose, from risky behaviors. They are driving under the influence of substances. They don't know what they are doing. I'm sure we've seen a lot of videos of people usually under the effect of colos, and they are hitting them, and so on and so forth. So substance use for young people is particularly dangerous. And there are risk factors in the family. Please, it is not that we are blaming parents in any way, no. At the beginning, I said that there are a lot of factors that play together that, make it risky for people to start using substances. But within the family, what are some of the reasons why the young people in the home may start using substances? When there is lack of parental involvement and monitoring, parents are not there. The child's behavior is changing, but they are not able to notice it because either they are not there or they are not paying attention. When the parenting is harsh, we are not saying firm, harsh, abusive, or neglectful. When there is negative role modeling in the family, and Prof also mentioned that when she was talking about internet addiction. A parent is using substance. I drink my alcohol. Is it any of your business? But if the child starts, we never know the extent. The parent may be able to control it, but we don't know what happens with the child. Or the parent is smoking marijuana. Sometimes parents think the children don't know. I only do it outside. But they have a way of finding things out. Neglect for physical condition. They have physical needs, clothes, shoes. I'm not talking about financial difficulties, but when parents are not even able to see that the child's physical condition is being neglected. If the home environment is stressful and chaotic, when the parents use substance use, when a child is exposed to substance before they are even born, it's a great risk. And lack of parental monitoring of peer relationships. We don't know what our children are doing, the kind of people they are moving with. It is a risk factor for the development of substance use in young people. Please look at this list of things that can traumatize children. And I'm just going to pick out a few ones and relate it to the effect substances cause on the family unit. If a parent is using substance and has addiction, there's likely going to be quarrel between the parents. I hope we know that. Why? Because one of the will be worried. They are spending more money. They are not probably taking care of the children. They will fight, right? The home will be chaotic. It can increase the chances of children to be exposed to sexual and physical abuse. These themselves are things that can traumatize children. So trauma is not only from war, what else? Fire disasters, adverse life events, and so on. Witnessing domestic violence. These are common in homes where there are addiction as a problem. Being abandoned as a child, being bullied in school, getting pregnant at a young age. These are all things that can traumatize children. And there's a link between trauma and substance use because people who are traumatized need to cope. And sometimes they decide to cope with substances or other forms of addiction. Please, am I still with us? So let's now look at the impact of substance use disorder on the family as a system. And I have decided to go at it looking at blocks of development. When the baby is still in the womb, what happens when the child is less than 12 years, what happens in adolescence, what happens when they are young adults, and even in old age. On the family system, the impact can be mild, it can be severe. So, next slide, please. Next slide. So you can see. So we are starting from when the baby is yet unborn. And this is for our females. A lot of time, we don't even know we are pregnant. And we join people in drinking alcohol. Females, if you are in the childbearing age, there's no quantity of alcohol that is safe for a baby, for a developing fetus. None. And I'm going to speak on that shortly. On the family, what are the impacts of substance use? Problems. Financial problems. Addiction is very, very expensive. The story of Mr. X is a typical story that we go through every day in our practices. They sell things in the home. They use up all the resources. There was even one, the case was so bad that he was selling his plate of food to buy cannabis. It was that bad. When they serve him food, he would go and sell it for like 100 naira or 50 naira to buy cannabis. Recently, there was another one. The wife had to move out of the family house, and because the husband was unable to pay it, he makes a lot of money from his salary, but he doesn't pay his children's school fees. He doesn't buy food in the house. The children could not go to school. Addiction is expensive financially. It makes people to run into debt. It erodes trust between couples. There'll be poor communication and emotional distance between the couple when you have to be correcting your spouse every day or fighting. The person who is not even interested in eating, the person will not be interested in physical intimacy at the end of the day. Neglect of household responsibilities and aggressive behavior and family stress. Hello, sir. On the unborn child, all substances affect the unborn child. Cocaine and marijuana, they cause problems with attention and concentration. But it's amazing that there's no parent I have asked, mothers who has ever admitted that they used substances when they were pregnant, including the ones who use normally. They deny it. But we are seeing a lot of children with ADHD, autism, and a lot of other issues. Learning difficulties, speech difficulties, behavioral problems. Sometimes it is exposure to substances that cause this issue. Right from the womb. Baby will be smaller for age. The baby will not be active. The arousal is low, so they don't move well. Heroin, the baby is born already addicted. It's an addicted baby. So sometimes you have to treat the withdrawal symptoms in the baby. Low birth weight. Low birth weight is a risk factor for a lot of issues for children. Whether prematurity or low birth weight, there are serious problems for children. And that's why you see pediatricians, they do a lot to support children with prematurity or low birth weight. Like I said, there's no quantity of alcohol that is safe for the unborn child. Whether a sip, or a cup, or a bottle, none. And there's a specific disease that we know as fetal alcohol syndrome that affects children who are exposed to alcohol right in the womb. All right, what about the impact on young children? We've looked at the impact on unborn babies. Next slide, please. Attachment. Oftentimes, we think that we only bond with our children when they start talking. Mothers, please, can you say hello? Thank you so much. You agree with me that once your baby is born, even before they are born, you start talking to them. The baby is looking at you, you are breastfeeding. And sometimes fathers think that it is omugwo, or what the mother is telling the child, that is turning the child against them later. It has already started from before the baby was born, no? Okay? It has already, because the mother already has an advantage. She's with the child all the time. So the baby looks at the mother. All those smiles, all those baby talks, all those things you are doing to the baby, they are helping the baby to develop academically, cognitively, emotionally. The baby is learning how to regulate their emotions and all of that. And it helps even when they become adults. It has impact on whether they themselves will be able to establish relationships of their own. All of these things matter a lot. So if a mother or a parent is engrossed in their own substance use, they will not be able to form what we call secure attachment with their infant. It's already disrupted, and that child is already exposed to a lot of disadvantages. Remember that we said in functional families, there are what? Boundaries, clear boundaries. When a parent or parents use substances, the boundaries in the home will break down. The children may be saddled with the task of maintaining family secrets. People know all is not well, but they are hiding secrets. And it is hard on children to hide information. It is very hard. Recently, people keep saying, if you have a toddler and they are in school, the teacher knows everything going on in your home, because they will say everything. So if a child has to hide secrets, it is very difficult for them. It leads to poor communication with the child. There's increased conflict. The home is not going to be safe because the father or the mother who is using substances is going to be erratic with their mood. One moment they are happy, you don't know when daddy is happy, you don't know when mommy is sad. Mommy may just start crying for no reason. Substance use can do that. The educational needs of the children may not be met. Nobody is supervising their assignments, their homework. They don't know when PTA meetings will hold. The home is just erratic. And what will happen to that kind of children? They are not able to fulfill their potentials. On adolescents, they are likely to model a parent with substance use, or they may detest that parent seriously, significantly. I look at what happens. I talked about attachment. If the attachment had been insecure, the young person may not be able to form secure, healthy peer relationships. So you find out that they're always fighting with people in school. They don't have friends. And then the parents will start, why does everybody hate my child? No, the child may not have the capacity to form healthy peer relationships. They may find it, one of the tasks of adolescents is learning to regulate emotions. I'm sure we know that our young people, sometimes you just don't know what is happening. They are angry some days, they are sad, they are irritable. You say, did you get out? I did it too. I'm sure a lot of us pass through it, right? Because the hormones are changing. But one of the things young people learn, and they learn from their parents, is how to regulate their emotion. But if the parents are not there to help them, then the young person or the adolescent will not be able to adequately learn how to regulate their emotion. And then they will go into the outside world, and they are fighting. In the workplace, they are not stable. Social isolation and peer issues, school legal problems, family conflict, inconsistent support, mental health disorders, anxiety, depression, disruptive behaviors. They have conduct issues, they are lying, they are stealing, they are breaking into people's homes. Early sexual activity, teenage pregnancy. What happens is inadvertent. The girl will drop out of school. The boy who impregnates someone in teenage years, he doesn't have the money or the resources. He also starts feeling guilty, even if the parents take him away or is able to complete his own school. If you talk to them, it's also a problem for them. Some of them blame themselves, they feel guilty. Risk of sexually transmitted diseases or infections. It leads to poor self-esteem and strain in the parent-child relationship. When the children become older, next slide. Next slide. Next slide. So the person is no longer a teenager. They may have what we call failure to launch. They are unable to leave the home to be independent. Even when they go to school, they cannot, they are in the university. Most of us, in fact, 2 days ago, we were still gisting on how easy it was for us to leave home, to do things, to stand on our own. But now it seems that the younger generation are finding it more difficult to stay on their own. But especially those who had parents who had substance use disorder may find it more difficult to launch to get a job, to become stable, to have relationships. In their own marriages, they may have conflict because, one, they did not see a good model of a relationship where they are coming from. Those of them may decide to even disconnect from their parents. You showed me, our home was chaotic. Maybe they blamed them for causing them problems. And I don't want you around my own children. You may wrongly influence them. even when the parent has changed. Some parents enable undesired behavior, mental health disorders, changed roles. You know, the child is now taking care of the parent instead of the other way around. And some of these changed roles and codependency roles are, I'm going to skip that, but these are ways that people in the family, when there's substance use disorder, may start behaving. Some people will be enabling the person to continue using the substance. But most times, those are the people we look at. We don't look at some. Some may start, trying to cope by becoming funny. They become the jester of the family. Some, they just hide. Nobody knows where they are. Those are the lost children. Some will become the hero. They are the ones that everybody praises. They rise up, they have money, they show up, they offer support. But all these people who play these roles, they suffer a lot within the family system when there's substance use issues. Please skip like 5 slides. Next slide. All right. And even when substance use stops or ends, the family may never return to the same way. That's why prevention is better than cure. Someone who has already assumed the role of the firstborn, because the firstborn has been using substances and has not been able to, do what they were supposed to do. After 10 years, is it easy to reverse the roles? Is it easy for the parents to now go back if they were the ones who were not, playing their roles and the children had stepped up? It's going to be difficult. Even though everything seems to be okay now, the person has stopped using the substance. So people may continue to suffer and may find it difficult to live joyfully in spite of substance use stopping. So families need help. So what can families do? What can they do? What are the roles of family in preventing? We need to ensure that there are quality family relationships. Quality family relationships, promoting positive peer relationships and social connections. Young people need to socially connect, but it has to be positive social connections. Promotion of positive activities for everyone in the family. Eating together, talking together, watching movies together. Maybe in those days, going to the farm. All those things were bonding families together in ways that we do not know. But like Prof's presentation shows, even this internet has come to disrupt us. We don't talk to ourselves. Everybody is just on their phone. But when we do that, the children feel safe within the home. Even when there's problem outside, they know that there's a safe space they can return to. And then parents and other adults, we need to learn and understand adolescents. Sometimes that's why they don't tell us things, because they feel we are judgmental. We don't get it. But when we understand, it's not easy, but we need to try and understand. When they have issues, when they have needs, there needs to be practical support. They need to know that their parents or the adults in their lives are there for them. And then supporting the development of problem-solving skills. When we sort issues, every problem for our children, we are not allowing them to develop, because they will get to spaces where they will need to stand on their own and they will not be able to. So helping them to develop problem-solving skills will help them to cope better when life is difficult, because life will be difficult for everyone. There will be situations where they will find maybe academic struggles, it may be struggles with friends, it may be struggles with relationships, it may be struggles in the workplace. They will need to know how to solve. And if they have not been solving problems before, they will find it challenging, and that's why some of them go and start using substances. Learning how to communicate. Communication skills is very important. And some people struggle a lot. But when the home encourages and enhances communication for young people, it is going to have a ripple effect the rest of their other aspects of their lives. I've talked a bit about emotional regulation, learning to control their emotions. It's not when you have the right to be angry, but you also know what to say when you are angry. You know how to act. You know how to help yourself to calm down and not to cause disruption or go and use substances. These are very important skills for young people to learn from the home. These are some of the little things we do that helps to prevent substance use disorder. But let's say somebody in the family is already using substances and they need help. Please, let's seek help with professionals. I'm sorry, I know there are a lot of spiritual leaders here. Please, I have stated at the beginning, addiction is a brain disease. I know there's nothing God cannot do, and we're also instruments in the hands of God. And there's a reason why there's knowledge for us to use, but when you need to come into that space, please don't feel bad. When we have diabetes, when people have hypertension, they go to the hospital, or they go to chemist, and they buy medication. If there's addiction, please seek help from those who can manage it. There's also something we now say, it doesn't ever stop. It's a chronic disease. It can relapse. Even though malaria is not a chronic illness, I say if you have malaria in May and you treat it, if you have it again in October, what will you do? You treat it. So if the person relapses, please, let's treat again. Because we never know at what point the person will now get it and they will be able to be stable. And I've seen this in the lives of some of the people with addiction. They may not be able to stop the first time they get treatment, but over time, they may be able to stop. So please, let's not feel bad that we have to do it again and again. And sometimes I'm saying this also because we would have the opportunity to talk to other people also in our environment. So I have been able to take us through how substance use disorder is a menace to family, how it affects everybody in the stage of development, but also seeing that the family itself can be a source of prevention if we're able to, have more functional families where we do all the roles that parents and children are supposed to play. We need to promote healthy families, and in the event that substance use disorder happens, please, families also need to be supportive. Thank you so much for listening.
Miracle, no dey tire Jesus, so. To blessing person, no dey tire Jesus, so. He don't do one before, he still dey do one again. Child, miracle, no dey tire Jesus. Miracle.
Sure. Thank you, TJ. Thank you. Once again, please, let's give her a round of applause. I want to believe we've all learned so much during her presentation. Her presentation is more or less an eye-opener to a lot of us parents. Sometimes we don't know a whole lot is happening within our nose. And we only find out when things have gone out of hand. I'm so grateful to you, Doctor, for such presentation. To me, my eyes are really open now. So ask your neighbor, are your eyes open? Ask your neighbor how your children, they behave. Ask your neighbor, how does your child behave? How your children, they behave. Ask them, ask your neighbor. How they behave. Do you drink beer in the presence of your children? Because if your pikin drink tomorrow, no blame them. Now so it just be. And so just shake your neighbor, say hi, neighbor. I hope you're learning so much today. Say hi, neighbor. Don't smoke Igbo. Look your neighbor face now. No, say neighbor, leave Igbo alone. Igbo is not good. Speak am as they speak am. We suppose they learn how to speak Fune because most of them are one japa. So learn it. Say Igbo. Igbo is not good. Run from Igbo. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, that was actually on a lighter note. We should be taking the next paper. But before that, we're going to have a little break. I'm going to be introducing this man from this agency who will be showing us a whole lot as regards to both illicit drugs and some things some of us take, thinking we're doing ourselves well. While he's doing this, Coach Aisha, please get ready for us. Okay, let me do Coach Aisha first. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, to take us to one exciting section in this program, please join me to make welcome on stage Coach Aisha. Please put your hands together for her. She is an amazing lady that will be rocking you this afternoon before I call the NAFDAC officials. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm so excited to be here with you. Oh, good afternoon, sorry. I'm so excited to be here with you. All protocols duly observed. Father, thank you. God bless you, everyone. Now we're going to practicalize what we have been hearing. And one of the ways you can watch on your mental health is by exercising. It starts from you. So we'll be doing some little exercises, right? Where you are. So I would urge each and every one of us to just drop your bag, your paper, your phone, your pen, drop them on your chair, and let's just stand up to our feet quickly. Okay, so we are going to stretch. When you're about to exercise, it is advisable for you to stretch because it is important. The effect of stretching, or the benefit of stretching, is to help you ease out all those muscle aches, pain, muscle cramp, and make you flexible. So what we are going to do now, while you're sitting there, standing up, you're going to extend your two arms to the air. Extend your both arms to the air, palm facing. Good. And we're going to breathe in and out, in and out. So 1, 2, 3, go. Let's go in and out. 3 more times. In and out. 2 more times. In and out. In and out means inhale and exhale. So last one more time. Let's go. Inhale and exhale. Good job. Nice one. So I want you to interlock your fingers this way. Look at me. Interlock your fingers this way. Yes, your palm this way. And then take them to the air. Take them up. Yes. Now turn them this way, facing the ceiling. This way. Good. Up. This way. Yes. So we're going to hold it for 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, no problem, and 1. Good job. Now, unlock those palms. Bring them to your hip. Good. Your 2 hands on your hip. Nice one. I want you to maintain a squat stance this way. Good. Nice one. Good. Now, we're going to push in our belly button out. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, go. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, push it out, chest out, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, now we're going to push it backwards. Now this way. Good. Let's go. Extend your hip backwards. Good. Now push. Make sure your gaze is facing towards here. Face up. Yes, not down. We're going to push it for another 5 seconds. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. So we're going to alternate. Let's go. 1. Good job. Let's go down. 2. Let's go. 3 and 4. Let's go. 5. Those of us having lower back pain. 6. This good morning pose is good for you. 7. Let's go. 8. It's a good morning pose. Let's go. 9. Good. And 10. One more time again. Let's go. 1. Good. 2. 3. 4. Breathe in and breathe out. Good job. Let's go. 3 more. Good job. Nice one. 2 more. Good. And out. Breathe in again. Last one. Good. And out. Good job. Nice one. Well done, everybody. Now, I want you to take your left leg up this way. Look. Lift your left leg up this way. Good. Bring it down. Left leg up. Good. Bring it down. 2 more times. Left leg up this way. Good. Bring it down. 1 more time. Left leg up. And bring it down. Now, we're switching to the right leg. 1, 2, 3. Go. Right leg up. Good. And down. Let's go. 2 more time. And down. 1 more time. Good. And down. Now you're going to take your left leg up this way again. Look at me. I'm going to turn my back this way. Good. And hold your hand. Yes. If you cannot do that, find your chair. Put one hand on your chair. This way. Put one hand on your chair. Yes. The back of your chair. Put one hand on your chair. And use your other hand to hold your leg this way. Yes. Yeah. If you don't have balance, put one hand on your chair and use the other hand to hold your scapula, your feet this way. Good. So 5 seconds here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. That's it. Now we're going to switch to the other side so that one leg will not be bigger than the other. So we are going to hold the other leg. Come on, put one hand. If you're having a problem with balancing, just put one hand on your chair. Yes, for balance. Good. So 5 seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Nice one. Shake it up. Are we ready? So let's do something. Just a few minutes. Let's go. So you do as I do. Right? Let's go. Everybody on one spot. You're jogging. There's no more space to move around here. So we're just going to do what we can. Managing that space. Good. Come on. Let's go.
Down.
And down.
Up.
Thank you.
Down.
And down.
Put your hand in the
So
air.
put your hands in the air.
And we go from left to right.
Come on. We'll go from left to right. Let's go.
Left.
This way.
Right.
Thank you. Let's go.
Left.
Yes.
Right.
Come on.
Two more times. Left. Right. Left. Right. Right. Left.
Come on.
Left. Right. Left. Right. Left. Right. Left. Follow. Follow the leader.
Back to matching space again, everybody.
Follow the leader.
Come on.
Follow the leader.
Keep matching. Jogging on one spot. Thank you.
Follow the leader.
Well done.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Come on now. Jump for the left.
So we're jumping on the left and jumping on the right. Let's go.
Jump for the left.
This way.
Jump for the right.
Again.
Jump for the left.
Well done.
Jump for the right.
Jump on the left.
Jump for the left.
Nice one.
Jump for the right.
So we clap and wave.
Clap. And
Wave.
Come
Let's
on.
go.
Clap. And wave.
Wave. Again.
Clap. And wave.
Wave.
Come on.
Come on.
Clap.
Again.
And wave.
Follow the leader on one spot.
Follow the leader.
Thank you.
Follow the leader.
Jogging on one spot. Thank you.
Follow the leader.
Well done.
Follow the leader. Follow
Come on, everybody. You can do it. You can do it. No pain, no gain. Come on.
Now repeat after me. You're repeating after me. Everybody repeat after me. Watch me.
So say I know.
the leader. Follow the leader, 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 follow the leader. On 4, we're gonna jump and wait.
So we're going to go to the side. Your left side this way.
1, get ready to jump.
And right, right? So you watch after me.
1, 2,
So we're going this way.
jump away.
Come on.
Jump away.
This way.
Jump away.
This way.
Jump, jump.
Other way. Come on. Come on. Come on. No. Come on.
We don't need no water.
Hold on. Stay there. Stay there. Stay there.
Come on. Follow the
Now let's face this side again. Come on. Everybody this side.
Follow the leader,
This
leader,
side.
leader, follow the leader.
Thank you. Push it.
Follow the leader, 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 follow
Other
the leader.
way. Let's go.
Follow the leader, 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 follow the leader.
Come on.
Now, when I count to 4,
Well done.
to move to
On
the
marching
left
pass
corner.
again.
In other words, you stay left.
So now we're moving to the left now. This is your left side.
Anytime you hear the word central,
You're moving to your left.
central means,
I will give the go before you move.
are you ready?
We're moving to the left now.
1, get ready to move. 2, get ready to move. 1,
Let's go.
1, 2, 3.
Let's go.
Move back to the left.
Let's go.
Back to the left.
Okay.
Back to the left.
Come on.
Move back to the left.
And right now.
Back to the right.
Come on.
Move back to the right.
Come on. Keep moving to the right.
Move back to the right. Central, jump away.
So we're jumping and waving. Let's go. Come on. Jump and wave.
Everybody jump, jump, jump,
Let's
jump,
go.
jump away.
Again.
Jump away.
That's it.
Jump away.
Come on.
Everybody jump, jump, jump and sing. Follow the leader, leader, leader.
Back to matching position again.
Follow the leader, leader.
Come on, everybody. Your feet up. Your feet up. Left, right. Come on. Let's go.
Follow the leader.
Well done.
Follow the leader, leader.
Well done.
Follow the leader. And freeze.
Now freeze. Stay there. Thank you.
Come on, make some noise. Thank you. Thank you. How do you feel now? You feel good, right? Somebody say, I feel good. I used to do this thing every morning. You say it's a lie. Is it your lie? When she wanted to start, I begin pity those who get belly like me. Father, how do you see it? Okay. Father, you have to be joining us every morning from CKC to F01. We will run Kuba village and come back. But Father, you say they do it. Wow. Please put your hands together for Father Damina. He's a sportsman. Yes, thank you. Father, please continue it. It's good for the health. Remember the last exercise I taught you. Father, you remember? I should show them. Like, Father, I should show them the last exercise I taught you. You want to see it? It was actually only for Father, but I don't know. Showing you now will expose our secret. Sorry? Okay, I should leave it for Father. So, Father, I will introduce new routine to you. Thank you so much, distinguished guests. Once again, put your hands together for yourselves, please. Appreciate yourselves. Thank you. Before I introduce those who will take us through the next item on the program, permit me to recognize members of CKC that are here. If you're here from CKC, please make some noise. And you can just give us a wiper also. Thank you. I see some non-CKC people waving. I also want to recognize members of all those from Veritas University. Are they here? Veritas, are they here? Please give us a big wiper, please, if you're from Veritas. Please, let's appreciate them for being here. Thank you. Veritas is somewhere like you're going to Kaduna. They're not really in the map of Abuja. It's between. Those from Bayes University, if you're here, please put your hands together for yourselves. Bayes University. Are they here? Bayes University, please make some noise. Just wipe. Give us wipe and let's see you. Give us wipe and let's see you. Okay, Base University is somewhere around, I think it's in Nasarawa State. Is it in Nasarawa State? Sorry? Around that side? Okay, Nasarawa State is when you're leaving Abuja, like you're traveling. They actually traveled to be here. Ah, my doctor, sorry, you're from there? Okay. Oh, Prof, you're from there. Wow, Prof, you're welcome. And you came that early. How did you do it? I also want to recognize and welcome in our midst those from SS Peter and Paul Nyanya. Are they here? Please give them a wiper. Where are they? Give us wiper if you're from there, as we appreciate them. Also, the Mace Magazine. The Mace Magazine. Are they here? Thank you. Those from Buari, St. Teresa Buari, are they here? If they're here, make some noise. Okay, they have one representative. Wow. Buari is close to Kaduna also. Probably the boss could not get here because of the journey. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk to us briefly. They will be carrying out some exercises. A lot of us don't know so many things or what they do. It's time for us to see them, show us in practical terms, some things we take for granted. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome to the microphone the Chief Superintendent of Narcotics, Mr. Nduka Augustine from NDLEA, to talk to us briefly. Thank you.
Thank you very much, the MC. You've been doing wonderfully so well. And it's a very good vantage position here, seeing the whole hall. I think that's what the MC has been enjoying since morning. Thank you very much once again. We bring you greetings from the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA. We bring you sincere greetings from our Chairman and Chief Executive Officer, Brigadier General Buba Marwa, retired. And of course, the Commander of the NDLEA FCT Strategic Command, Kabir Sani Sakwa. He is an Assistant Commander General of Narcotics. He has sent us to be with Reverend Father Christopher Damina this afternoon. Father, is it happy birthday or happy 25th anniversary? Okay, happy 25th anniversary, Father. It's been an amazing thing sitting and listening to all that Father had arranged for us. I've actually learned a lot from Prof. I listened to Prof last year at Cyprian Ekwensu Center, and I also listened to her this year. Thank you very much, Prof, for all the things you have said to us concerning social media and the digital age. We see it practically every day in our lives. we see people very close in space, yet they are communicating with millions of miles away, not connected to people that they are sitting so close to, but individually they are connected to people many miles away from them. And thank you so much, Dr. Motrayo, for your amazing lecture on the family. It's really an amazing thing too. I want to just quickly say that the NDLEA assignment, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, is saddled with the responsibility of the control to ensure that the illegal or illicit drugs are not produced anyhow. Let me use the word anyhow because some of them have therapeutic and medical use. Then the NDLEA assignment is also important that these drugs are not moved, they are not distributed. It's so important to also see that many of these drugs come from plants. Tobacco is a plant. Kola nut is a plant. I was actually looking out for kola nut in this, but I didn't see it. Kola nut is also a plant. Alcohol is a plant. Cocaine, erythroxylon coca, is also a plant. The opium poppy plant is a plant. So our assignment is to ensure that the illegal substances or banned substances that is not produced, if you must produce them, then you should have lawful permission to produce it, of course, for medical and therapeutic purposes. Some of them do have such use. Then we are also concerned about after production, especially those producing it illegally, that they don't distribute these substances. That is why the NDLEA chases them at the plantations. I have worked in Ondo states, Ekiti states, maybe Cross River, the forest belt of our nation. The assignment of NDLEA is to go to the plantations and ensure that one of the illegal drugs that we produce in this country, that they don't cultivate it and just take out their products. So we go to the farms, arrest them when they are planting or when they've planted. And we also ensure that even after planting, they don't move the products, they don't distribute it. That's why we are on the roads, to intercept shipments of drugs from production area to consuming areas. The NDLEA is also at the international airports. People travel out of this country to a country like maybe Colombia or Brazil, where cocaine, erythroxylon coca plant is grown and converted to the cocaine base and paste, powdery paste. Our citizens go there. Somebody can swallow up to 100 wraps of cocaine in his stomach. He doesn't have money to buy all that. Someone owns it. But he uses his body as a vehicle to transport it, and is paid for transporting. And how risky this is that a pellet of it have gotten punctured inside the stomach. We've had people who slumped at the airport and is dead. And when people when people slump and die, the NDLEA at the airports are always interested. We come in, oftentimes when we take them to scanners, they scan and we see pellets inside the stomach. A good number of cases at the National Hospital, a time was set, all the agencies come in, and it's time to open up this dead person. And we're always there to pick up our drugs. The person is already dead. If he's lucky and he passed all these checks, he gets to the hotel, the owners arrives with him, and he now starts excreting. He can't bring out the 100 in a single toilet. When we arrest such, we do excretions. The person can do like 10, 12 excretions. We keep you, we give you food. Because they don't eat during such flights. Even if it's a 12-hour or 13-hour flight from maybe Colombia, go to Dubai, they can't eat food. Because once you put food want to press it and you want to go to toilet. They don't want to go to toilet. Because that's not the normal excreta you want to just pass out. So when we keep them and give them food, they want to go to toilet, we will have to follow you to the toilet. And in your first excretion, you can bring like 7 or 8. We count it. You will wash, of course. We count it. We get our evidence pouch. We seal it. And 2 witnesses must sign that they observed this excretion that happened in 1300 hours on a particular day. We still keep giving you food. And you can do, maybe within a week or 2 weeks, those excretions and the times you excreted are all documented. That will be used as evidence of prosecution. 2 witnesses saw you excreting those substances. You washed it. And you signed the evidence pouch that you did that. And we also tell people that quite recently in international travels, don't collect parcels or baggages from people. A couple of our citizens have been implicated in something they probably didn't know anything about. Oftentimes, they bring these packages to you at the departure hall. They don't bring it to you at a time when you have enough time to probably ask questions. So in the airports, we are there. And you can't make friends anyhow in the international airports. Even if you know this person or you run into him or her, he can't say, please help me look after my luggage. I want to use the washroom. No. If you have such requests, better move away from that baggage. Move very far. Because the person might just be a trafficker. Move a bit far and watching you, maybe as security men are interviewing you. At that point, the closest person is in possession. Possession does not normally mean that you must have it on your body or your luggage or on your hand. If you are controlling this space, that baggage, you are controlling it. You will need the onus lies on you to prove beyond reasonable doubt that you are not the owner. So people need to be smart. Recently, in international travels. So I also said that we are in the seaports. Shipments of cocaine, tramadol come through the sea. On land, we are there. In the forests, we are also there. Drugs are virtually permeating all fields of human endeavor. We have gotten drugs in people inside human, in their stomach. We have gotten it on them, put in their pocket. We have gotten it on their luggages. We've seen drugs concealed in ceiling. We've seen drugs kept under the sock-away pits. We've seen drugs in kiddies' nappies. we've seen people put drugs in physically challenged people because they think the security men will not be so close on this physically challenged person. We've seen cases where they put it on clutches, wheelchair clutches of physically challenged persons.
It has come to a time where everyone, when I say everyone, I mean everyone, parents, teachers. I was so happy that Reverend Father is doing this on mental health at his 25th year anniversary celebration. Prof has spoken so much, Doctor has spoken so much.
Wow. Thank you. It's like this, your warning has made what I'm saying fly from my head. Okay. So the key thing is we must understand that there are various classifications. Let me just speak on the areas that Prof and Doctor have not mentioned so much. Social drugs. Of course, drugs, substances from plants or made in the lab, taken into the body to prevent, treat, or cure illness. Normal medical definition. When you are sick, headache, you take paracetamol, it goes through the mouth, go and clears the headache, and it's gone. And that's why you have the examples of paracetamol and all the drugs we all know. That's medical science. But in law enforcement, we are not interested so much about whether it treats, prevents, or cures. Anything I put into this, my body, through the mouth, or injection, or sniff, or whatever, and it changes the structure and function and has an impact on behavior, my thought. If I take snuff, the traditional tobacco product, I used to see my grandmother put it in his nose. As we're children, we watch him. When he puts it, he inhales it, and at times we see tears coming out of his eyes. We'll be like, why is grandpa crying? And he cried now. In the afternoon, he cries again. In the evening, he does it again. Socially acceptable substances. Same thing with alcohol. You put it through the mouth, and at the end of the day, people start staggering, and they do it every day. We have a lot of gardens in the FCT. We have a lot of families who have beautiful bars with varieties of alcoholic beverages all there. So social drugs are there. Can they cause addiction? Yes. Can they kill? Doctor and Prof have already said that there's no safe limit of alcohol, especially for nursing mothers. The case we have is neonatals, the case of before even birth, on no behavior of the unborn child. The only thing was that child is unfortunate to come into the womb of a mom who is taking drugs. Whitney Houston, baby died at the age of 9. Whitney was smoking, and several other teenage girls that we are currently managing are all suffering from this. So, social drugs are there. Alcohol, tobacco, and funny enough, we have a lot of variants. There is the snuff, there is the traditional cigarette, there is vapes, there is shisha. These are all variants of tobacco, and they are filled with a lot of flavors. When I talk to students in secondary school, they name all the flavors, beautiful names. Teenagers love the smell of blackcurrant. Will I ask them, they keep naming all these flavors for you. And that's what the industry is doing to catch. And these are the gateway drugs, usually what they start first. Can we arrest people on social drug? Coffee, for instance, of course, you have decaffeinated coffee now. Coffee that has the flavor of coffee but caffeine. the active ingredients that make it sadiq have been removed. Decaffeinate, remove caffeine. Kola nuts, alcohol, coffee, tobacco, so many variants. They are social drugs. In fact, if you must take the hand of someone's daughter's hand in marriage in the Southeast, you must bring kola nut, you must bring the alcohol, you must all, even in burials, they are in the culture of the people. But can tobacco kill? Of course, yes. Can alcohol kill? Very, very yes. Have we had people admitted to our centers on only alcohol, not even cocaine, heroin? Yes. Have I lost my colleagues who are on alcohol? Yes. I've lost about 3 in the FCT. Then, when we now go to the next step, apart from social drugs, the next one is the illegal drugs. That's the one NDLEA is concerned about. When a drug is illegal, the law prohibits you from planting it. They are not wild. If you buy a piece of land and leave it for 20 years, you can never see tobacco or see kola nuts grow or see cocaine grow or see opium poppy plant grow or marijuana, that's cannabis, grow. You can never see it in your farm, even if you leave it for 200 years. These are not wild plants. So when we see people planting them, they are committing an offense. And when we arrest you, like in Ondo State, Ekiti, and Cross River, when we have plantations, the offense is unlawful cultivation. The law says don't plant because it's not wild. You are producing more of it to be available, and the more of it that is available, the more impact is felt within the society. Then the law also said, even after planting, don't move it. If you see it in this hall, like we have marijuana here, if you see it there, leave it alone there. Don't say, I'm going to take it to Area 1 to give it in a police station. If we see you on the road, we can't guarantee that you are going to police station in Area 1. You are committing an offense, and your offense is unlawful trafficking. Moving it is an offense. When you are now using it now, unlawful consumption. You are planting unlawful cultivation. These are for banned substances. The NDLEA Act prohibits people from planting, holding. If you are holding, because we know that if you don't hold it, thank you, Father. This MC is threatening me. So the law notes that if you don't hold marijuana in your hand, you will not put it in your mouth. The law wants to stop you from possession is holding. You cannot say, officer, I don't intend to smoke it. I'm only holding it. You are committed an offense by just holding. Unlawful possession. That's what we'll charge you with at the Federal High Court. This is for banned substances. Then, of course, I quickly just want to get to the family issues and the need for us to be vigilant as parents. I was speaking in a church, I think in a church in Kubo, and the mom said, he takes my money, talking about his son. And each time I ask him, he admits, but I've never caught him smoking this. You don't need to catch him. There are what we call signs and symptoms. Doctor spoke so much about a functional family where there is relationship, where parents are observing their children, where when there is a behavior change in your child, you are able to understand that this is not the behavior of my son a year ago or my daughter. These signals and signs are pointers. When your daughter's or your son's eyes begin to get reddish, look into your daughter's eyes or son's eyes and check. Marijuana, THC, the active ingredient in marijuana, dilates the pupils of the eye. It will open these black point in the eye, it will dilate it, it will expand it. And in 30 minutes after school, too much sun ray will be going into the brain. And because of that dilation, blood will flow from all parts of the body to fill in those spaces in the eyeball. Eyes are usually very red some 30 minutes or so after smoking. You are free, to look at your neighbor and find out whose eyes is red in this world. Find out. Someone told me, he said, "Officer, this is how my natural eyes is, so since I was born, my eye they red." So it has symptoms. Then if you're a mother here, you used to buy 1 bag of rice and it will last for 3 months for you. And suddenly you buy a bag of rice and 1 month or less than 1 month it has finished. You didn't give birth to new children. Your nephews and nieces didn't come to the house to stay. Same family size. And a bag of rice that lasts 3 months now finish in 1 month. You should ask questions as a mother. These are the first victims they take from the house. Your red oil start finishing anyhow. Anything they lay hand to do on, they will sell to get drugs. And if you start this suspicion, please, don't just suspect and just continue only to pray. Prof and doctor have already told us that addiction, the disease model, is a current level of knowledge. Those days, it was a moral model. This person no get character. That's why he started this. But doctor has just talked about biopsychosocial model. Biology, sociology, and the other models. There are a lot of reasons why children start. So if you start suspecting, don't suspect and just go and pray. Suspect and probably pick him. We have a drug testing kit here. If you bring that child to the NDLEA or any of doctor's facility, in 5 or 10 minutes, run the test. You confirm your suspicion or disallow or disprove your suspicion. Because early identification, we find out early when the brain chemistry and the body have not gone so far. So signs and symptoms, very important. Your child that used to come to the dining table, he no longer. Everybody is praying in the night. He said, "I don't want to pray. I'll pray on my own." A mother came the other day. "Come, let's pray." Say, "What's this community prayer all about?" "I'll pray on my own. Is it not the same God?" Something is happening. So a lot of these signs begin to show, and if we are very observant, we see that in the life of our children, and we'll be able to intervene very, very early in their lives. Coach Amina talked to us about stretching. We've been stretching, we're stretching. I love that exercise. But a young man I treated was stretching inside the estate. People recorded him and sent into the platform. And he was telling me, "Can't I just stretch?" The time he was stretching, he didn't know that people are going to work, and he was early in the morning stretching. He has gone for rehab, several, and they have to ask us to take him out of the estate. So these behaviors are there. You are entering a public transport. Look into these people. They wasted many. These drugs, the addiction, drug use disorder is a mental health disorder. It's a disease. It's happening in the brain. All these drugs are psychoactive, it's very clear. THC, the chemical, goes to the brain like weed. When you smoke marijuana today, it's in your body for the next 35 days or 40. The metabolism of alcohol is a bit swift. It leaves the body. Hangover this night in the morning, you are urinated. Marijuana does not leave the body like that. It stays. If you take hair follicle and in the next 90 days, you still see THC. If you do urine samples in the next 30, 45 days, you still see THC. So much to talk about, so I will thank you very much, Father, for this opportunity. Then I will also say, please invite us. The NDLEA toll-free line is 0800 10 20 30 40. 0800 10 20 30 40. It's a toll-free line. You can call it even now. Someone will answer you. Make your reports. Ask questions about your child. In the 36 states of this country, there is a mini rehab. We have it in FCT in Gudu. The space is small. The demands are outweighing what we have. More families are feeling this impact. More children are killing parents. So much is happening that the CMO, CWO, I used to say, Reverend Fathers, please invite us to your Sunday service. Give us 30 minutes in your pulpit to talk to the congregation. Okay, let them not say I don't respect time. Thank you very much, and God bless us all. Thank you, Father.
Thank you. Please put your hands together for him once again. And as he says, since why they give him signal, he say, I they threaten him. Woman just come whisper something. He drop microphone, come out. Waiting man, do man. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, once again, put your hands together for officials of the NDLEA. Thank you so much. Thank you. And also, please put your hands together for our sign language interpreter. Please appreciate her once again. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. She a work cafe like this. The one I like. What is plant? Plant? Yeah, nah. I mean plant. Oh no. Yeah. Have you all seen the sign for plant? Show them. What is plant? But why are you not doing it and you're doing your tongue like this? Okay. Okay. Your sins are pending. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the time has come for us to refresh ourselves. Just to let you know, we'll be having break right now. We'll have on-site counseling for more questions. We'll have doctors. We'll have psychiatric doctors out there. You can go and have a one-on-one counseling. You may go there, meet them, interact with them, find solution to some of the problems you've come with this afternoon. In the next 20 minutes, we shall return back to take the last paper presentation from a man that has done a whole lot of research works, one of the best in the industry, one of the best in his field. He has traveled far and wide just to do what he's doing currently as a profession. You wouldn't want to miss that paper presentation. And so please, we shall all have a 20 minutes break right now for us to go out, network, stretch, go for counseling. We'll have psychiatric doctors. A lot of them are outside. I will attend to you before we come back for the last paper. Then we'll have the panelist discussion. Put your questions down on papers. The time we come, the floor will be open for questions, and your questions will be given answers. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, may we now go for our break and enjoy the 20 minutes you have to yourself. Thank you.
trendybeats.com.
What's that? I for day. If it no be God, tell me now where I for day. Enemies, they won't bring me down. They can't bring me down, 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 down. Say I got they hold me down, Lua hold me down, 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 down. Hey, enemies go, give me chance for my disco. I saw the thing go, from zero to hero. I've been dancing for so long, so long, so long.
Please, the doctors are under the tree outside. Here you can have a one-on-one consultations. You can have a one-on-one consultations with these doctors outside. Also, you can also go outside to check your vital signs. We have medical personnel outside to attend to you. For some information and clarity you want to make from the NDLEA desk, you can also meet them. They are here by my left-hand side. In the next 20 minutes, kindly come in so that we can continue. After that, we have our dinner before we leave. Thank you.
My life is looking so marvelous. Shabby then call me anonymous. This kind of blessing are only yours. CCTV and the monitors. Person will carry the clothes. Everything go to miracle.
After the 20 minutes break, don't forget to come in. Don't forget, after the whole presentations and the panelist discussions, you'll be having your dinner. After the dinner, we'll have some entertainment before you leave. That's to tell you how prepared Father is. We're giving you lunch and dinner. I also want to recognize Reverend Father Malik, the Dean of Kugwadinari. Reverend Father Malik, you're welcome. It's nice having you, Father.
I'm steady revving, Monte throttle, got eyes on the prize. Papanda, any police snatch me from his hand. If I just you know I be with me too. That's why I follow. To follow Jesus. I have decided to follow Jesus. I have decided
I can never turn back. It's already too late. It won't make sense. Where am I going to? It's already too late. I've already come too far. It's already too late. We won the war. We will spend the billions. We'll spend the billions. We'll spend for Jesus. We'll spend for Jesus. We will shift the culture. Transform the nation. See, we here we have done. We will fund the war. We will spend the billions. We will spend for Jesus. See, we shift the culture. We heal the sick. We will raise the dead. Transform the nation. See, we here we have done. To follow Jesus. I have decided to follow Jesus.
Jesus, you know the pain. Oh, darling Jesus, you are always on my case. Now you, they give me joy, they give me peace, they give me grace. So I thank you, my Jesus, thank you, my Lord. Darling Jesus, oh my darling Jesus, you are wonderful, Lord. I love you so much, darling Jesus, oh my darling Jesus, you are wonderful, Lord. You never leave me, you never forsake me. I can count on you when everyone fails me. You know the desire to shower me with blessings. So I love you, my Jesus. Oh, love you, my Lord. Darling, 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 darling Jesus. Oh, my darling Jesus, you are wonderful, Lord. I love you so much, darling Jesus. Oh, my darling Jesus, you are wonderful, darling Jesus. Oh, my darling Jesus. Oh, my darling Jesus, you are wonderful, Lord. I love you so. I love you, Jesus.
Ladies and gentlemen, representing one of the best choirs in the city of Lagos, Nigeria. Come on now.
SOP to today. SOP to today. SOP to today. SOP to today. Ọmọ bàbá.
Baby, what?
Baby, ṣe.
Nípa who?
Nípa ìgbàgbọ́. Nínú Jésù.
Say what? Say what?
Ṣebí bàbá mi.
Lónìlẹ̀ o.
Lónìlẹ̀ o.
Let's go.
Kimayifanda, Kimayofanda, Kimayifanda, Kimayofanda, Kimayifanda, Kimayofanda, Kimayifanda, Kimayofanda, Kimayifanda, Kimayofanda, Kimayifanda.
Are you ready for step two? Are you ready for step two? 1, 2, 3, let's go, say.
Ìdèmí ti já, ṣẹ̀kẹ̀ṣẹ̀kẹ̀ ti bọ́, ọ̀run ti ṣí, ire mi wọlé dé, mo ti lálùyọ, omi lórí skyscraper, mo ti wà lókè, má lọ́nà gẹ̀rẹ̀, wá bá mi lókè.
I am risen, I'm seated in His glory. If you look me, you will see, say I am over. I got the thing I post, it does the bust in my brain. Everywhere they go, they got pop, I'm in oh, Baba.
Baby, what?
Baby,
I can hear you.
Nípa ìgbàgbọ́.
Say what? Say what?
Nínú Jésù.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ṣebí bàbá mi.
You don't mean it.
Lónìlẹ̀ o.
Let's go.
Kimayifanda, Kimayofanda, Kimayifanda, Kimayofanda, Kimayifanda, Kimayofanda, Kimayifanda, Kimayofanda, Kimayifanda, Kimayofanda, 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 Kimayofanda.
Can you count it? Can you think of it? Of course. When I think of the goodness of Jesus and all He has done for me, I know big count. I know big count. I know big count. You the try counter. I know big counter. You the try counter. I know big counter. It's the teacher.
The blessings of God upon me life, oh. See as my life it can balance, oh. Now the grace of the Lord taking me high, oh. No be fantasy, your love is my reality. The anointing may break it, the yoke of them they believe, say my God no the go. The way you pamper me steady, you surprising me constantly, oh. Who see my energy, oh. This your love no be fallacy, oh. Even the blind can see, oh. When you do for me, oh. It is so high for my head, it don't be wash, oh. If you shake up, you can know. Blessings strong from my head down to my toe. Don't be joke, even from my face, it is true.
The guy flowing is steady. Come at the boy from trenches. He lost if you back my blessings. I thank God, so I'm never stressing. No.
Let the umbrella, I get it on. Let me love it over my daddy, your girl. You put the oil for my head. When I look around, oh, everything that they see just they make me believe. Say, oil in my head, oh. As you see me, they shine, oh. Supper and me be till I ready and see before. Jehovah help me, oh. Now I don't do select, but they bring down my connect. All of my songs just they make sense. All day my head, oh. Not the word that they confess. We can they making me the best. Who got them best no man contest. All day my head, oh. That's why they flow. If you check them, you go know. Blessings show. My face on the show. Miracle, no they tire trees. Miracle, no they tire trees. Blessed person, no they tire Jesus. Don't do one before it's still they do one again. Miracle, no they tire trees. From my cradle days till this very day, I have never ever heard or seen my Jesus face. From before time began, he has never ever changed. He's the same today, just as he was yesterday. Miracle, goodness, favor, mercy, sure. My brother, tell him what you want. He'll give you everything and more. Miracle, no they tire Jesus. Miracle, no they tire Jesus. Blessing, no they tire Jesus. You don't do one before, it's still they do one again. Miracle, no they tire. My eyes have seen and my ears have heard of the favor and the blessing of the Lord upon my life. Papa, you too much, oh. Jesus, not Papa, overdue. Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. Papa, your goodness, it can make my belly full. Papa, you too much, oh. This one a blessing overdose, oh. Miracle, no they tire Jesus. Miracle, no they tire Jesus, oh. Blessed person, no they tire Jesus, oh. You don't do one before, it's still they do one again. Miracle, no they tire Jesus. To blessed person, no, he no they tire Jesus. To favor person, no, he no they tire Jesus. To turn your life around, he no they tire Jesus. Miracle, no they tire Jesus. One time, say, elelele, elelele, egbegbegbe, egbegbegbe, egbegbegbe. Ayibeo. Okay, so you must say, come on. Can you feel it? Say. Can you feel it? Yeah, bro. Can you feel it? Say. One time. Can you feel it? Say. Hold on, come on. 1, 2, jump to dance. 2, 3, 4, 5, go.
Everybody, oh yeah.